Hello, I am Bentham and welcome back to the Factorio No Crafting Challenge, and here we are once again in our factory. We have some sulfuric acid building up now, which is nice and awesome, and we've overhauled iron, which is, well, I assume it's improved it. It doesn't look too much like things are faster. Maybe it's because it relies on electric power now, which is currently not brilliant. But yes, good things and stuff, so we should carry on with what we were doing in the last episode, which was trying to sort out a thing over here to make oil-based stuff. Though what we should do first is check our supplies. So we're alright on belts. In fact, we have more belts than we would normally have. We're alright for underground belts, splitters, inserters of various kinds, power poles, assemblers. Where are the assembler? Yeah, there's the assembler. Okay, well, it looks like we're good, because usually I'll walk into something ready to build a bunch of stuff and realize I don't have any of the equipment, but it looks like this time around I actually have all of the things. Right, so this is where raw stone's going to go, and this is where we want some iron, and that should not be too hard at all to sort out. What we want it to be on the outside, which is a little bit fiddly actually. We'll have to work something out with that. I think we'll just bring it over fully what's-a-majigged and work it out from there. Oh no, there's ways to sort it. Okay. I think we'll do it like that. And then this. Oops. There we go. That's a way to do it. We do it like that, then it goes onto the correct side. Excellent. So what we want now is something right here that makes pipes. So we'll have an input and an output. We'll connect some stuff. Do we have any substations? Because they'd be useful. Can we make those? Oh, we can't even. We haven't researched those. Right, we'll have a power pole there, and that can connect up some gubbins. I'll put it like that, because I'm not sure if we want more inserters on this. Okay, make pipes. There we go. And how much does it use? It uses 1 iron plate to make 1 pipe, it looks like. Can I check that? Yeah, I think it's an iron plate per pipe. So we'll just have 1 inserter for each thing, and that should be excellent. And we'll also have an inserter unloading. There's a few different things. Actually, we don't need it unloading directly into an assembler. Though actually, we might as well do that. There's no reason not to, so yeah, we'll put that in there. So I'm gonna mess around with this a little bit. We're gonna have it like this. Gonna have a chest for the 2 things. Maybe this is a bad idea, having it so that all of these pipes can be taken up by the production here, but I think that'll be alright, surely. We'll find out, I guess. Alright, that's good. We've got some pipe stuff going on over there. Let's extend these a bit more now that we've got a bit more stuff made. I want some raw stone going down this. I want to get that sorted while it's not too difficult. I don't know if it would get more difficult as time went on. Thing is, there's some pipes to maneuver around here, and I don't yet know exactly what pipes. And in fact, last episode I messed this up slightly, and I need to actually reposition this, because I need these pipes to be able to continue in this direction, so I need a little gap to actually fit in the underground pipe when the time comes. Can we extend this? I believe we can. Excellent. It's a good job it all fits nicely. So yeah, there's just a little disruption to the production there, but it will carry on fairly normally. Now, what's this thing going to do? I'm sure I gave this a purpose, because I put... Oh no, this was to work out positionings of stuff, so... Yeah. How to get the raw stone here, because I've got a big old bit of production off in the distance. This all has the potential to extend out, so I don't really want to be messing around with that. So maybe there's some... Well, I would say there's somewhere it could fit between all these belts, but look at this mess here. What have I done? This is catastrophic. You can't even maneuver on this side. There's too much of a mess here. That is a pain, so there's nothing I can do about that, I guess. I could try and transport it along here, but then we will be competing with a lubricant belt that would be here later on, and I think it would have a few problems dealing with everything. Let's just get some stuff going here, see if we can work out. No, there's an immediate problem. Yeah, the pipes just aren't long enough to fit everything in that I want to, so Getting raw stone here is quite a pickle. I think we're just going to have to transport it round. We're going to have to, like, instantly cap the size of our factory. Let's just plonk some stuff down to work out some measurements, because I'm going to definitely have it extending at least 4 more in the future. That's how far it goes in Rail World right now. Let's get rid of this rock while we're here as well. Nice and loud. Probably have to... thing is, whenever any sort of combat or explosions or anything happens, I have to then fix the audio later on. Because, like, if I do Rail World and I go biter killing, it's very noisy and the entire episode has to be at half the volume it would usually be. I should probably mess around with the volume in the options, but I forget every single time. Right, this is going to be the new conveyor belt for stone. Completely different direction from before. This is all going to have to be reversed. Though I think we'll leave it for now, because I imagine the stone going down from the mining tools will be more than enough to deal with things. So we'll just clear a bit of this away for now. And we'll remember later on that that's a thing. So the stone will come along here, and then we need it to go all the way over to... oh, we're out of belts. Of course we are. Let's go grab some. We need to set up some belt production along here as well. There's a ton of stuff we need to do, which is good, because it means we're never going to be without a job in this series. Because, like, at the moment in Rail World, there's times where I start an episode and I think I'm not actually sure what I'm going to be doing for this episode, because everything is sort of working fine. My solution in my old series was to just build more science labs, and then everything would break, and I would spend the rest of the... well, I'd spend like the next 5 episodes trying to overclock things yet again to get them to work enough. But anyway, we've got some science done, so... I'm thinking... what's logistic? Oh, we don't need that yet. It's going to be a bit before we get that set up, so I think we're going to go for substations, because I like substations and they're convenient. And it's good to have them around the factory because everything's cleaner. Well, neater, I guess. So, luckily there's a little bit of room around here that we can fit some stuff in. Not as much room as I would like, honestly. In fact, I might even be able to fit it in down here, though that is a bit clunky. Let's work out the sulfur pipes, the sulfuric acid pipes while we're at it. That looks alright, actually. That looks like it can just dodge all of the problems. So yeah, we'll send it down this line here, being super efficient with our space. See, already I'm having problems with things with not being enough room for everything, which shows that I'm just terrible at this sort of... oh wait, this isn't going to work at all. I didn't think this through. Right, we're going to have to clear away some of this. Oh dear. It's not too much of a problem though, we just need to stick that there, and then there's enough room to put this here and then have it just turn back on itself. And go along this way. Actually no, I wanted it to go down a bit more. Because we don't know where the lubricant pipes are going to go, we need there to be space for them. There we go. And then we can have this. It's going to be in the way. That is infuriating. There's probably something we can do about it. This pipe can't go any further along, can it? Which is annoying because it needs to. Oh, we can have some underground belts, I guess. It's not the best solution, but it's a solution. It's not going to look pretty. I need to fully say my words when I say them. Let's have it going up as well, just to join on a bit sooner. Or something. I don't know what the reasoning for that would be. There we go. Right, so we have the contents of all our belts sorted. Now the only thing is that this needs to at some point be turned into stone bricks. So what we first need to do is check all the stuff that requires raw stone. So I know that basic stone furnaces do, and that's important because you need those for boilers. And apart from that, there may not be anything else thinking about it, so that's good. We never need burner mining drill production, do we? So have to work out what we need to fit into everything. This all looks like it's using stone bricks. Is there anything else around? Uses raw stone. Is there anything at all that uses raw stone actually in production? Now I think about it, because I don't know if there is. Because I'm looking through all this, but this is not a complete list of everything that I can make. Well, everything that can be made. It's everything I can make. But yeah, I think that's actually the only thing that uses raw stone, so hopefully that's true and it doesn't come back to bite me later. So what we'll do is we'll just set up right here some stone furnace production. An inserter going into that, and then what we need to do right here is set up the production of boilers, because they will be important. Another inserter, not an inserter, that's an assembler, that is. You make boilers. So now we need to get the pipes over here, which is a bit fiddly. How do we do that? I didn't think this far ahead with my system. I just made it compact and left it at that. That's the thing, because I was imagining doing the whole the sideways underground belt thing, but if I do that in this direction, you end up with the iron plates instead, and we don't want those. I suppose we can just have the splitter taking everything, and then the inserter will take, the assembler will take what it needs. So yeah, that's not a problem. We just need an underground belt here to make this work. It's going to be messy, but it's going to work. It's the important thing. It's a recurring theme in the series. Even though the series hasn't been well, it's been going a fair bit actually. It's been going as long as Railworld, the difference being that Railworld works differently in terms of how quickly you see things happen with it. I think we don't need this underground belt. I don't know why I'm messing around with those. We just need some normal belts. And I assume we can get them off there. It's just stopped because the assembler is full. We need a chest for this stuff. And then some more power. We need those substations. They're so convenient. Right, there we go. We have more boilers than we can ever need now. In fact, I probably shouldn't have had a chest for them, thinking about it. It's a terrible idea. Oh well. It works, so we'll leave it. Why is this not started doing stuff? Oh, because this needs to be loaded with iron as well, I forgot. Right, now we've got some underground pipe production going, which could ruin pipe production. We'll find that out shortly. So, what do we want next? We want to turn the raw stone into stone bricks. So for that we need ourselves a furnace, and we need this to cut off actually. Let's clear this back and think of something. Well, that won't work. Maybe some smart inserters can get involved. Thing is, they're not perfect. They might miss some raw stone, so we might have to get the inserters taking the steel instead, which is a bit weird. But let's give that a shot, I think. We need to go grab some smart inserters. Let's get 3, that should be more than enough. And they will transfer the steel from one belt to another. This is horrible, what I'm doing. It's so slapdash, but it's such a basic system. It just needs to be capable of producing something, and the speed is pretty much irrelevant. It can go as slow as it wants, and it will suit the purposes for which I need it. So I can make it horribly inefficient and compact and weird, but as long as it makes the things. I keep saying that. Why is this shut off? What's going on here? We're missing... Ah, the gears. The gears are not coming quick enough. Make more gears, come on. We need these. Look at all these empty belts. This is no good at all. In fact, blue signs has just completely stopped, which means all the signs has stopped, and that's no good. We'll deal with that in a minute when we're done with this. Oh, they're going to be loaded onto the wrong side. Actually, that can work. That's alright, that's not too much of a problem. We can't even get power to everything. Oh, we can. Just in a slightly fiddly way. This is wrong now as well. This needs to be moved. Alright, so you filter steel, as do you, and you. There we go, and what we need now is this to be here, and then it can be loaded with the stone. And you better just load the stone. In fact, oh yeah, you can only load stone. Steel can't be smelted into anything, thankfully. There we go. So now it's the same, but better. That's what I'm going with. So we've got boiler production, so I think what we'll do next is some steam engine production. For that we need pipes, plates, gears. That's all on this side, so we'll do it here. So, steam engine. You can get all that off there. And then gears is slightly fiddlier, but that shouldn't be a problem. We just have an underground belt like this. There's a lot of underground belts involved in this design. And then we can put a splitter here. And do that with it. Can it be unloaded from this distance? I'm not sure. We will find out. Yes, it does work. So now we need a chest. An inserter for that. These power poles are a mess. We really need that. We really need the the thingy. My mind's blanked. That's no use. We need the substation. That's what we need. Yes, electric energy distribution too. Needs to get done. Okay, so we have stone bricks on here now, so we can start doing the stuff that involves that, such as the pump jack doesn't need that. What does pump jack need? Pipe, steel. And it needs stuff from every single belt. How annoying. As we're building all these, we need to be deconstructing the stuff over at the other base, because it's going to be full of all of the equipment already, and we don't need it anymore. Now this is fiddly because we need to have it go out here. I think it can still be unloaded from this bit. We'll find out momentarily. We'll tell it to do the thing, and then we'll put that on. Yeah, it loads the steel from there, so that's all good. And what we then need is a couple of splitters here and here. And they will send the supplies off in this direction. Underground belt here. This stuff all carries on its way, and then we'll get the inserters, and we will get the chest. We'll put on the limit, and there we go. We have ourselves some pump jack production. This is coming along nicely, this little oil line, even though it's a complete nightmare in terms of design and appearance. Ooh, pumps. We need pumps as well. That can be on this side if there's some room actually to get the gears, and there isn't. We're gonna have to do it further down then. We can do it straight away here, and turn here, and ground belts here, inserters like so, and make pump, and that's all the right ingredients, so we'll stick that there. And we don't need a chest for this one because we only usually need offshore pumps in ones. Why has it stopped producing? Oh, this has tried to put iron in. That's the wrong thing. We'll reset it. There we go. It's putting pipes in now. There we go. We've got some offshore pumps. Next order of business. Oil refinery. Oh, we can't do those yet, but they will come. They use everything on the belt except iron plates. So, oh, the different kinds of furnaces, actually, we could do with doing that, because, oh, that uses advanced circuits. Actually, that'll have to be somewhere else, which is annoying because it does use stone bricks, but we would have had to have had another belt if we were using advanced circuits as well. I suppose it wouldn't have been too much of a hassle, really, but I didn't bother, and now I will pay the price. What else is there to do? You can't do either of those things. I think that is... Oh, well, what we need is storage tanks there on this section. So they just use iron and steel. Annoyingly, they are on opposite sides of the system. But we'll work that out. Oh, we need chemical plant production. I've done that as well. What does that use? Yeah, we can do that. Okay, chemical plant production. That will be the next thing. Have this like so. Oops, got that wrong. There we go. So we'll go through here. These two continue on as normal. Oh, there we go. Electric energy distribution. We can have... Yeah, that came out weird. We can make substations. We need advanced circuits for that, so we'll have to do some fiddly stuff with that at some point. But what to work on next? Something that doesn't use blue science, I'm thinking, because the system's a little bit broken. Maybe more lab efficiency. Seeing as that doesn't use blue, we might as well go for it. And let's carry on with this bit here. I forgot what we're making now, but I'll just carry on setting it up because I remember that we need iron and steel. And what are we making that requires those? We are making storage tanks. There we go. This can... how long does it take to craft one, actually, before we put a chest in? So it takes like 2 seconds. Well, actually, it takes 1,000,000 years for it to load on the iron. Am I patient enough to wait for it to produce... Oh, we'll just put a chest in. Let's not mess about. We'll put the chest in here, seeing as there's space. Efficiency is key. I'll put that tank back in there. We've got a bunch of pump jacks now. Let's put those away. All sorts of random bits and bobs. Load of pipes and such. We can do some more underground pipes, actually. Let's grab some of those. We might as well get a full stack, pretty much. Let's get rid of some, because we never know when we might be deconstructing some, and we don't want extra stacks if we don't need them. And we've got 3 extra pipes here. Let's dump those in there. We've got tons of coal. I need to get rid of this. I've got a little bit of extra raw stone as well, so I'll stick that in there. This is already completely done though, so that's nice.